Good morning and welcome, one and all, to Pacific414 Pop Talk, Sunday morning edition. I'm your host, Mike, and just to let everybody know, this morning's edition will only be an hour long, and then I will be on the Plural Lifeforms channel later on, and we will be talking about child's play. And before I even get underway with this stream this morning, I do want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you who came on to the panel last night to talk about your YouTube and or Twitch channels, and to everybody who came into the chat and was talking in the chat, anybody who lurked. It was a great time. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, I love doing panel streams like that. I'd love being able to hear other people talk about their channels or what their hobbies are. And it's just a lot of fun. It's part of what doing this is all about, is getting to know different people from different backgrounds and what they like, what they don't like. And I really do appreciate each and every one of you for coming on. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here right now. As a matter of fact, I want to say good morning to Geek Hero Bubba. Good morning to you. I also want to say good morning to Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000. Good morning. I also want to say good morning to Joker Voice. Hope you're doing well. And that's okay, Joker Voice. It's all right. I was hearing about Extreme Rules last night, and honestly, I can't blame you. And of course, super fan Adam Shawhan. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for coming on last night. And he says, "Good morning, Mike." And he wants to know that he's been up since 9. Me, I went to bed. I slept about 5 hours and then I got up again. But, that's how it is, especially as someone who used to work retail, and you would close the night before and then you would have to be back first thing in the morning. So the body really never completely forgets about that, and it sticks with you. And of course, I do want to say good morning to DJ Ronnie G, who says Atlantic 818. Yeah, that's the evil counterpart to Pacific 414. And Adam says, Mike, can I have a wrench to share out links? Yes, you can. Just give me a moment and I will hereby promote you to the rank of moderator with all the rights and privileges there too. All right. So give me 1 second, Adam. And there you go. You have been added as a moderator. Joker Voice, I hereby promote you to the rank of moderator with all the rights and privileges there too. So this morning, there's just one thing I have to say to everybody who is here right now, who might watch this later, and who might be lurking. And that is this.
Glory to you and your house.
And I have 4 stories lined up for this morning. The first one is being about the new Super Mario Brothers movie and its debut trailer. The second story I have lined up for this morning is another movie trailer, and this one is for Wakanda Forever. Then the third story I have lined up this morning on Pacific414 Pop Talk is Keanu Reeves dropping out of The Devil in the White City. And then the last story I have lined up this morning for everybody is My Hero Academia's ratings in Japan for season 6. So let's go ahead and talk about Super Mario Brothers. And this article comes from Bounding into Comics. So I will go ahead and post the link into the chat so you all can read it for yourselves. And I do want to acknowledge, before I put the article on screen, I want to say good morning to Phil McCracken. Says, but no coupons, Mike. PACIFIC414 is cheap bastard. Phil, I never promised you any coupons. I don't know where you keep getting that idea from, but I never promised you anything. And hello to George Lucas. Good to see you, George. And let's see. Adam is telling Phil, well, it's Sunday. Get the paper for those coupons, brother. You got a point. You got a very valid point there. So let me go ahead and share the screen and we'll get underway. Good morning to you, Kathy Skywalker. Hope you're doing well. So, this article from Bounty of the Comics was actually posted on the 6th. It is by Ryan Pearson. It says the Super Mario Brothers movie debut trailer revealed, release date confirmed. Illumination and Nintendo finally revealed their first look for the Super Mario Brothers movie with its debut trailer. Goes on to say the trailer was revealed during a special Nintendo Direct and began with Shigeru Miyamoto explaining how he and the Illumination team had fun making the Super Mario Brothers movie. Illumination CEO and co-founder, founder Chris Melandri, added that over 7 years of work had culminated in the movie wrapping up in mere days. Only lighting and composing remained, along with composers Brian Tyler and Koji Kondo producing a score that uses music from the games. And we will take a look at this trailer after I've read the article. And I will be pausing the trailer every now and then to try to avoid any copyright claims or copyright strikes. It goes on to say Chris Pratt, who is playing Mario, and Jack Black is playing Bowser, also shared their love of the games. Pratt even said voicing Mario was a dream of his, while Black mostly joked about gaining muscle, hair, and learning to breathe fire to get into character. I'm sorry, but I do find some of his comments funny. So goes on to say he did know the film would make an impact on the Super Mario fandom for years to come. It also continues to say in the article the Super Mario Brothers movie trailer begins with Bowser's typical lack of subtlety flying his fortress toward a kingdom of ice. After a pathetic attempt by the penguins of defending their home, Bowser melts the ice castle and obtains a power star. I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me? Bowser bellows. It then cuts to Mario being hurled into a warp pipe. While Chris Pratt seemingly uses his natural speaking voice, we do hear it being slightly more falsetto and with a slight New York accent. While we don't hear from Charlie Day, we do briefly see Luigi running from dry bones in what seems to be Bowser's castle. Oh, at least Luigi's in the movie. Also says the trailer also confirms a new April 7th, 2023 premiere date, delayed from December 21st this year. More footage and trailers were promised to be revealed in the coming months. What do you make of the first trailer? What about Pratt's voice for Mario? Well, we'll take a look at that. First, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the comments. And I already see one from Phil McCracken. Yeah, he says, "Oh boy, a Japanese article for Mike to butcher Japanese names. My Sunday is now complete after church." Good, good. I'm glad I could help complete your Sunday, Phil. Make your Sunday whole. And Kathy says, "Good morning, everyone." Joker voice s- says, "Supplemental info for Super Mario. Ironically, uh, Wokey Woke claps back at Hollywood." All right, I'll definitely check that out. And Phil McCracken says the butchering begins, and it's not even Japanese article. Cut me a break, Phil. And Phil McCracken says, "You got this." Kathy Skywalker says, "Going to dress like Harley Quinn for Halloween." All right. And Superman, super fan, although if he wants to call himself Superman, that's up to him. Adam says, "What? No Ray?" And Kathy's laughing. Joker voice says, "One of the greatest voice actors of all time." Tara Strong claps back, saying, "It should have been the actor who voiced Mario for years." Well, I kind of feel that way too, but you know, if they're going to go for a big name, which is no surprise that they go for big name actors or actors that might put people in seats in theaters, then that's what they're going to do. And Joker voice also continues by saying Hollywood doesn't care. You're not wrong about that. And Phil McCracken says, "Oh, nice. I'm going to dress as GD because only the Almighty is better than me. Aim big or go home." Whereas Kathy's laughing. And good morning to you, Tokyo Trekker. Hope you're doing well. And let's see. Good morning, Adega Outlaw. How are you doing this morning? And let's see. Kathy is saying, "Hey, Mr. J." And Adega says, "Hi, bud," to Adam. And Joker Voice says, "Hail, Adega Outlaw." So we are going to go ahead and take a look at this trailer. Like I said, I will be pausing the trailer to try to avoid any copyright claims or copyright strikes. Try to maximize it here and try this again.
Hello everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. As we previously mentioned, in today's Nintendo Direct, we'll reveal the first trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie for the very first time.
So I just want to say something real quick. I know there are some of us who remember the 90s Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, and I'll admit that movie, it, oh god, no, 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 I refuse to watch it even to this day. That's how bad it is.
This Nintendo Direct is also being broadcast simultaneously at New York Comic Con. Hello, New York Comic Con. It's been nearly 40 years.
So, in case anyone's not familiar with what Nintendo Direct is, Nintendo Direct is Nintendo's way of announcing all their big projects, whether it's this movie or whether it's upcoming games for the Nintendo Switch. So it's basically their version of E3.
Since the original Mario Bros. Game was released in Japan. Today, lots of people around the world are playing Mario games. Thank you all so much. Finally, the world of Super Mario Bros. Will become an animated
I'm going to go
movie.
ahead and cut to
We've been working
the
on this
trailer
movie
itself.
together with Chris Meledandri from Illumination for a
So here we go. All right, it looks cute. I mean, if you've got kids, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, they would definitely appreciate it. Nintendo fans will appreciate it. So, like I said, it looks cute. It looks like it's just a fun movie and it's aimed at a certain audience. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know that I would rush out to go see it. I might wait for it to come out, on demand and check it out that way. Or if somebody said, "Hey, Mike, you want to check this out once it comes out on digital?" And I check it out that way. But I I don't have to go see it, but I'm not the audience that it's geared toward. It looks like it's geared toward, you know, a younger audience and, preteens and diehard Nintendo fans, like I said. But it looks good. It looks good, especially if you're a fan of the Super Mario Brother games. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying I know I probably wouldn't spend money to go see it. Not a full price. You know, half price, maybe. Or like I said, if someone said, "Hey, there's this new movie on digital. Let's check it out." Check it out that way. Not necessarily buy it, but just check it out. What do you all think? And while I'm waiting for responses, I will go ahead and move on to the next article. And it's going to be the My Hero Academia article. So let's go ahead and get into that. And I will go ahead and post that into the link for the chat. So there we go. Now, I do also want to say that don't worry, next Sunday's morning edition of Pop Talk will be open panel once again. And while I bring this up, which I already have, I do want to say once again, even though I said at the beginning, for anyone who's just joining, thank you very much for stopping by last night and supporting not just one channel, but multiple channels last night. I greatly appreciate the turnout and all the panelists who came aboard to talk about their channels and why they love doing what they do. And Adam is saying, I say when it is in a platform short. Yeah. He also goes on to say, but not in theater price to see that one. No, no, no. That's where stand on it too. It looks cute. It looks like, its target demographic is going to enjoy it. Diehard Nintendo fans are going to enjoy it, but it's not worth seeing at full price. So, our next article here comes from comicbook.com and it says My Hero Academia season 6 draws huge viewership with premiere. This article is by Megan Peters. It was also posted on October 6th, and it says My Hero Academia is back on the small screen, and fans are feeling good following the premiere of season 6. After all, Studio Bones has spent more than a year on the project, and this new season marks a major turn for the show. Following its premiere, it seems season 6 lived up to expectations on social media, and a new report out showcasing how its response translated to network ratings. According to video research in Japan, the average household viewership for My Hero Academia bounced back with a high rating on October 1st. The report for episode 1's debut weekend ranked My Hero Academia as the fourth most watched anime in Japan. This rating is an impressive one. It puts Izuku just above One Piece and the Straw Hats as they scored fifth place. However, the list's top three picks are hard to overcome. Chibi Maruku Chan came in third before Detective Conan slid in second. And it goes on to say, and when it came to first place, Saze san took home gold with a whopping 8.1 rating compared to My Hero Academia's 3.9. The article goes on to say if you want to know how this premiere stacks up against My Hero Academia season 5, there was a a definite improvement. The anime's last season premiered to 3.2. After all, clearly fans were glad to see season 6 start Sans recap despite their presence in past seasons. A bit of explosive action can go a long way, and these results prove as much. For those who aren't caught up with season 6, My Hero Academia has a single episode out at the moment. You can catch the series simulcast on Crunchyroll stateside, and of course, seasons 1 through 5 are also available. The manga can also be found online courtesy of Viz Media, and Manga Plus carries the full series as well. And as far as what it wants to know, what do you think about the ratings? Well, I think that's pretty good for My Hero Academia, which seems to be one of the more popular animes out there and one of the more popular mangas out there. The manga is rumored to be finishing up here soon, so we'll see how the anime itself ends up finishing. Of course, got a few more comments here I do want to get to. And let's see. Adam says, "Thank you for doing it last night, Mike. It was my pleasure." And you don't have to apologize for being here late. Nobody's ever late. That's one thing I try to let everybody know when they come on to Pop Talk is nobody's ever late. And let's see. Tokyo Trucker says, "I'll have to ask my son if he watches it. He's a good read on whether or not it's really popular here in Japan." Yeah, I'd love to hear from somebody who's actually living over in Japan who can actually, get the census of the people, whether or not they actually like it or, you know, they don't. So let me go ahead and move on to our next article here. If we have time, I might add a bonus episode. Well, not bonus episode, bonus article. You'll have to excuse me and talk about that. So let's go ahead and talk about Keanu Reeves dropping out of Hulu's The Devil in the White City. So let me go ahead and copy this and I will paste it into the chat. And for anyone who's new here, this is just something I do when I read the articles, whether there's a panel with me or not. I always try to put the articles into the chat. This way, someone can read it at their own time instead of having to hear me butcher Japanese names and butcher other names as I try to read them. So, this article from Geek Tyrant, of course, is talking about Keanu Reeves. And let me just share it to the screen here. And it says Keanu Reeves drops out of Hulu's The Devil in the White City limited series. This was posted 2 days ago. It's by Joey Parr. And the author starts off the article by saying, "I've got a bit of a bummer news to share with you today regarding Hulu's limited series, The Devil in the White City. Keanu Reeves was set to star in the show, but he's dropped out of the project. There are no details given as to why, but Reeves is a pretty busy guy, and I imagine he's just got too many other things on his plate at the moment. Who knows? Maybe he's looking to focus his attention on directing his Berserker movie." Goes on to say this series is an adaptation of the book written by Eric Larson. The Devil in the White City tells the true story of two men, an architect and a serial killer whose fates were forever linked by the Chicago's World Fair of 1893. It follows Daniel H. Verman, a brilliant and fastidious architect racing to make his mark on the world, and Henry H. Holmes, a handsome and cunning doctor who fashioned his own pharmaceutical murder castle on fair grounds, a palace built to seduce, torture, and okay, excuse me. I knew that was coming. That's why I had to stop. mutilate young women. And I do apologize about coughing into the microphone. It goes on to say the series is set to take audiences on a tour of murder, romance, and mystery in the Gilded Age. Holmes admitted to killing 27 people, but in reality is said to have killed closer to 200 people. He built the World's Fair Hotel, which was an inn for people to stay at while visiting, and the psychopath used his charming demeanor to lure guests into his hotel, which has since been come to be known as Murder Castle. The castle included a gas chamber, a crematorium, and a dissecting table where he would murder his victims and strip their skeletons to sell for medical and scientific study. When Holmes was arrested, he told the police, I was born with the devil in me. I could not help the fact that I was a murderer, no more than the poet can help the inspiration to sing. I was born with the evil one standing as my sponsor beside the bed where I was ushered into the world, and he has been with me since. Sam Shaw is writing the series and will serve as showrunner. Todd Field will direct. The project was set up to as a feature film at Paramount with DiCaprio set to star and Scorsese to direct. Now they are both just producers on the project. While it would have been great to see Reeves in the series, excuse me, I need to take a drink of water. I do apologize. Anyways, while it would have been great to see Reeves in the series, I'm still looking forward to watching it. This is a crazy story. I hope producers find another talented actor to replace Reeves. The 80 episode series is targeted for 2024 launch, with production not expected to start next year. So, I think that's pretty interesting that you have this series with Keanu Reeves set and then he drops out. And when I think of Keanu Reeves, I think of somebody that has drawing power, someone that can get people into the movie theaters. And he could have most definitely gotten people to watch this series on Hulu. I don't know too much about the books that it's based on. Sorry to say, but I think this will be a huge loss for the production, losing a star like Keanu Reeves. What do you all think? And let's see. Any other comments? There are no other comments. And for those of you who are mods, if you'd like to post your channel links, you can go ahead and do that if you may. And I will go ahead and go into another article and we will talk about that. And let's see. Joker Voice is saying, when I think of Keanu Reeves, I think of movie star, not an actor. Well, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. You could honestly say that he and Tom Cruise are the only real movie stars left in Hollywood that have drawing power. You hear their names, you go see their movies. Even if you don't know what the movie's about, you know that Keanu Reeves is in the movie or Tom Cruise is in the movie and you're going to go see it. So, while I look for a bonus article to talk about real quick, is there any articles that you all have seen? And maybe we can talk about that too. Um, I actually have found something that I want to show, and let's see. Yeah, just double checking real quick. Unfortunately, this article doesn't have a trailer attached to it, but we can go ahead and talk about it. So I'll go ahead and post a link to the article in there, and I'll proceed to read the next comment by Joker Voice. And he says, check out my channel, and he put in his link. So please check out Joker Voice. And let me go ahead and bring up this next article. And here we go. Almost got it. So, how many remember 30 years ago when they would step into an arcade or go into a 7-Eleven or even a bowling alley and play the first Mortal Kombat arcade game? Well, this year, Mortal Kombat will be celebrating its 30th anniversary. And this article from Cosmic Book News that was published on Friday, and it's by Will Harrigan, says Warner Brothers Games and NetherRealm Studios are proudly celebrating the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat, the billion-dollar franchise that is approaching 80 million video game units sold since the original arcade game launched on October 8th, 1992. So, 30th anniversary was just yesterday. It goes on to say, over the past 30 years, the renowned Mortal Kombat series has been a fixture in popular culture, exciting fans with best in class gameplay, iconic characters, and an immersive cinematic experience, while also earning numerous accolades, including multiple wins at the DICE. Awards from the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, the Game Awards, and many others. The latest entry in the video game series, Mortal Kombat 11, has been the fastest selling title in franchise history with more than 15 million units sold worldwide. While Mortal Kombat Mobile has amassed more than 150 million downloads to date. Of course, there is also an age restricted video. I'm going to go ahead and post the link to that into the chat for anybody who wishes to watch it. And the article continues by saying to honor 30 years of Mortal Kombat history, a new video game has been released showcasing the franchise's cultural prominence across the decades of entertainment from video games to movies to animation. Bringing together moments from the original Mortal Kombat game to Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate and the first live action Mortal Kombat film to the reimagined Mortal Kombat movie. The commemorative video spans 30 years of bone crushing content, along with visual spotlights of legendary Mortal Kombat fighters and their different iterations from past to present. The video includes Scorpion, Sub Zero, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Katana, Melina, Jackson, and everybody knows him as Jax, Baraka, and Shane Sun. It says that furthermore, new artwork celebrating the Mortal Kombat 30th anniversary was unveiled today, highlighting some of the game modes, story moments, characters, and finishing moves from the game's history, all depicted in the shape of the iconic dragon logo. As part of the anniversary, classic movie rating will arrive in Mortal Kombat Mobile beginning October 7th through 11th, featuring actor Christopher Lambert's character likeness and voice from the 1995 film. Players can also log in to the mobile game every day from October 7th to the 14th to collect free anniversary gifts and enjoy a host of new in game content. Additionally, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment is releasing Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind, the third installment of the animated film series for digital on October 9th and 4K Ultra HD combo pack and Blu-ray on October 11th. Article finishes off by saying Mortal Kombat, the 2021 film, Mortal Kombat, the 1995 film, Mortal Kombat Legacy 2013 web series, Mortal Kombat Legends, Battle of the Realms animated film, and that came out in 2021, and Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge, that was a 2020 animated film, are all available to watch now on HBO Max. Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm 1996 series is available now for purchase on digital platforms. And it says, lastly, all new Mortal Kombat merchandise is now available exclusively at WB Shop. And I do want to say good morning to Spock's Friday Nights. Thank you for coming on last night, Spock. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to do so and to talk about your channel. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and post a link to your channel into the chat since you should be a moderator. You were actually one of my first moderators here on the channel. So that's pretty cool that, they're going big as far as the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat is concerned because I could remember going to a 7-Eleven that was right across from my neighborhood that I grew up in, and it was me and a couple of friends, and we would go in there a lot of times after school or after we got our homework done and we were out playing, and we would actually spend some time playing Mortal Kombat there, and if it wasn't there, it was at the bowling alley. So we definitely got our Mortal Kombat fix when the arcade cabinet first came out. Then, of course, when the home ports came out for Super Nintendo and Genesis, we got our fix. Then, of course, when Mortal Kombat 2 came out, everybody was praising that game because that was a good sequel. And let's see. Joker Voice is saying kudos for those who walked out of this film. No groomers. Okay. Entertainment films. There's trouble. And Spock says, thanks for having me on, buddy. Last night was a chill panel. Yes, it was. It's all about having fun. And, you know, if you don't have fun doing content creation, then maybe you need to step back and think about what it is you want to do with your channel. Because in order to create content, whether it's creating videos or, going through retrospectives, doing live streams, you have to have fun doing it. Yeah, I'll admit, especially during the baseball season when I'm doing the box score, then there are times I am serious because I'll be perfectly honest with you. I take baseball just like I take Star Trek. I take it very seriously. And when I see a mistake happen on the field, I'm gonna mention, yeah, should have never made that mistake, or yeah, David Ross should have never brought in Michael Rucker in the seventh inning when Michael Rucker has never been able to get this particular batter out. But that's just me. That's just part of what this channel is. It's part of who I am. And Joker Voice is saying, I came across that article last night. It made me really upset. Well, let me go ahead and take a look at it. I may not, because it's a video and it's one of your own videos, I may not show it on screen, Joker Voice, but I'll definitely take a look at it. And let's see. Let me grab that other link that you posted and I'll go ahead and we can talk about it. So, this is an article that Joker Voice found, and it's from The Independent. I'll go ahead and actually, and don't really need to since the link's already there. And Spock is saying it's only normal to feel very serious about something you're passionate about. Yeah, very true. So, this article here, provided by Joker Voice from The Independent, says Android pedophile films sparks controversy and walkouts at Berlin Film Festival. Goes on to say Trouble with Being Born depicts a relationship between a robot played by a 10-year-old girl and an adult man with CGI nude scenes. Yeah, yeah. Mm, uh-uh, uh-uh. All right. So the article says a sci-fi film depicting a sexualized relationship between an adult man and an android that looks like a 10-year-old girl has prompted outrage and walkouts at festival screenings. Titled Trouble with Being Born, the film is programmed as part of the Berlinale 2020, the annual film festival held in Berlin, Germany. In the film, the childlike android, played by Lena Watson, who is a 10-year-old, is seen calling her owner daddy. While most of the sexual abuse is implied rather than explicit, according to reports, the film leaves little doubt that the man played by Dominic Warta has a sexual relationship with the child robot. The film also contains multiple nude scenes which were created using CGL. The android role was originally written for a 20-year-old actor, but after removing some of the more explicit elements, director Sandra Wollner decided to cast a child. Well, that's a big mistake right there. People have taken objection to the film, as they should, on Twitter, with one person calling it pedophilia propaganda. Some critics have admitted the film's artistic merits. However, with the Hollywood Reporter selecting it as a hidden gem. Talking to the Hollywood Reporter, Woolner said, "We had really honest talks with the family who were there during the shoot. It was very open, very transparent. And of course, we talked to Watson about the film in a very child appropriate way." Ugh, I'm sorry. That's just sick. That's just sick that they would actually do it, and there's no excuse for that. There's absolutely no excuse for that. And Spock says, "You want to know what recent media news is upsetting me? None a visitor in Lower Decks." Yeah, I saw the clip of her in Lower Decks, and also Armin Shimmerman is in that same episode voicing Quark. And I'm sorry, if you're gonna have those two characters show up in Lower Decks, make them at least be those characters. Those weren't Major Kira or Colonel Kira, as she was known in the seventh season of DS9, and that wasn't Quark. It, it has to feel like it's Quark. It can't be anyone else. And from the clips I saw, it didn't feel like those characters. But yeah, I'm sorry. This movie, it's sick, and there's no way anybody should go see it. Uh-uh. And that is my opinion. It's sick. I've seen that pop up in my YouTube feed, Spock, but I haven't taken the time to watch it. Honestly, it's too little, too late for Picard. If they were going to have the rest of the TNG cast show up in Picard, it should have been in season one, and it should have been in the first episode. But now it's too little, too late. They're trying to, lure all of us TNG fans from back when the series was airing, and even for next gen movies to come watch this final season. And I'm sorry, they lost me. I tried watching the first 10 episodes of Picard season 1, and after I finished watching them, my original plan was to go back and review those episodes, but after going through those 10 episodes the first time, I couldn't go back and watch them again just for a review. I couldn't do it. And I wasn't going to do it, so I never did do it. And Spock is saying a lot of people keep linking me with season 3 trailer. I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, that's how most of us feel about current Star Trek right now. We just don't care. It's not Gene Star Trek. It's not Rick Berman, Michael Piller Star Trek. It's not even a show that should be considered Star Trek. It's just generic sci-fi. And Joker Voice is saying, and Hollywood wonders why they get called groomers. This isn't anything new. Yeah, true. True. With all those. And DJ Ronnie G is saying, yeah, I was done after the copy and paste fleet. Yeah. I mean, when that fleet showed up at the end of season 1 and it was copy and paste for both the Romulans and the Federation, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you have all the same class of ships there. When there are multiple classes of ships that you could have had there in the battle, you could have the Saber class, you could have had the Kira class, Excelsior class, Nebula class, Galaxy class. You could have had some Defiant class vessels, Intrepid class vessels, because not every Intrepid class was intended for science exploration. There were some being used in the Dominion War. I mean, heck, there was an episode of Deep Space Nine where there was an Intrepid class that Admiral Ross and Dr. Bashir were on. And it was shortly after the Romulans joined the war effort. So, yeah, there's that. So, let's go ahead and get into the last article of this broadcast. And it comes from Superhero Hype. And I will go ahead and share it on screen. There we go. So, this article from Superhero Hype was written by Luke Thompson, and it was actually posted last Monday. And I could have talked about it on Wednesday's Pop Talk, but I thought, especially knowing that I want to do today's Pop Talk for an hour, that I wanted to save some articles for today. So it says the next Black Panther rises in new Wakanda Forever trailer and poster. Goes on to say who will take on the role of the next Black Panther. The new Black Panther Wakanda Forever poster puts Letitia Wright's Shuri from front and center, and the trailer definitely shows a female silhouette donning familiar armor. But much like Finn wielding the lightsaber on the first posters for The Force Awakens, it could be a fake out or a temporary situation. The only thing for sure is we'll get cool merchandise out of the deal. And the article goes on to say the new trailer, we get to see Namor and Submariner use his ankle like wings to fly. M'Baku seems to serve as unofficial, perhaps unwitting hype man by touting the fact that he's worshipped as a god. Queen Ramonda angrily addresses the UN, making clear that any perception of a more vulnerable Wakanda without T'Challa is some bad information. Oh, plus Ironheart in her armor. And it goes on to say, now take a look at the new poster, which has more style and clever placement than the usual Photoshop head collage. And that's the poster for Wakanda Forever. And it goes on to say there is still no indication yet of how T'Challa dies in storyline, but it's clear that he does, and that the very real loss of Chadwick Boseman's colleagues felt will imbue the fuel. As of now, the official synopsis reads Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett, Shuri, Letitia Wright, M'Baku, Winston Duke, and okay, Dana Gurian, and the Dora Milaje, including Florence Kasumba, fight to protect their nation from inverting world powers, invading, sorry. I don't know why I said inverting. Invading world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death as the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter. The heroes must band together with the help of War Dog Nikita, Lupita Nyong'o, and Everett Ross, Martin Freeman, and forge a new path for the Kingdom of Wakanda. Introducing Tunok Harutu as Namor, King of Tolokan, and I'm sorry for mispronouncing these names. I do apologize about that. The film also stars Dominique Thome, Michaela Cole, Migo Cadena, and Alex Levino. And that's it. That's it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer real quick. Let's see. Bucka has posted some links for some articles. He says, take a look at these articles whenever you want. It doesn't have to be on the stream. All right. I will definitely copy and paste those articles into my Discord, and I might use them for Wednesday's Pop Talk spot. So be surprised if you see them. And Joker Voice says, I give 0 F's about Wakanda Forever. Oh, gee, it's Shuri. Spoiler alert. As if we didn't know that already. Yeah, we all figured it out. We all figured she'd be the next in line. And Spock is saying a second Black Panther movie is a joke. Have some respect for Chadwick. Yes, absolutely. Joker Voice says, that's not Namor. Namor is not mine. Namor full name is Namor Mackenzie. He's half Atlantean, half Irish. Yeah. And, that just goes to show that Marvel doesn't even care about their own character's backstory from the comics. Awesome, brother. Awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. Again, just like with the Super Mario Brothers trailer, I will be pausing it every now and then to try to avoid any copyright claim, copyright strike. I'll also be talking over it. So here we go. All right, so we see the Black Panther mask, Angela Bassett, and of course, we see that there's obviously going to be some kind of ceremony in honor of T'Challa.
Only the most broken people.
And there's Shuri. And of course, Chadwick Boseman. Why? Because he was the star of the last movie. He's been T'Challa since he was introduced.
Can be great leaders.
And we're seeing Namor. And now we're seeing the infiltration from the outside.
They did not call him general or king. They called him Kukul Khan.
All right.
The feather serpent god. Killing him.
And I'm sorry, but this CGI looks like crap.
Will risk eternal war.
Oh, looks like he got that war.
For the surface world.
And the Dora Milaje.
We know what you whisper. They have lost the protector.
Everything's going to hell in a handbasket.
It's our time to strike.
And we see Ironheart using Tony Stark's technology. Oh, by the way, did you know that you could build that suit at Target? No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. There's a new Target ad, and apparently she can rebuild the suit from materials that she bought at Target.
Show them who we are.
And of course, now we get to see the silhouette of the new Black Panther, which is probably Shuri. So that was the trailer for Wakanda Forever. I don't know. I might go see it at my local theater that only charges $7 for a ticket, but I don't know. I need to go pay full price for any Marvel or DC movie right now. Not even Shazam's going to get the full money price from me. So let me catch up on your comments. Adam says they couldn't have done a great movie. And also says, but no, we get the Civil War was a better Black Panther movie than Black Panther. They're just saying. You're entitled to your opinion. Yeah. She is crap in this and has been getting worse. Yeah. Look at She-Hulk for an example of the CGI getting bad. DJ Ronnie G says Aquaman and Iron Man. Adam says, so nature versus machines. Yeah, pretty much. And okay. No problem. And Spock says a lot of CGI recently, except for Orville, has felt very lackluster. I've seen more convincing generated imagery from the early 2000s. Yeah, because they actually took their time instead of having one production after another requires CGI and have to, go outside of their own in-house special effects department and hire outside special effects people. And show was in the comics. She was in the cartoons too. Yeah. And DJ Ronnie G says, I'll get you an arc reactor for Christmas. I've been meaning to get rid of this Target gift card from last year. I'm sorry for laughing, but yeah, after seeing that Target ad, I had to laugh. And Superfan Adam says, show me Shazam is the best thing DC has done. They kind of dropped the ball after that. Yeah. Yeah. Shazam actually wasn't pretty bad. And Tokyo Trucker says, I'm gonna head to sleep. Have a great stream. Well, thank you for stopping by, Tokyo Trucker, and don't be a stranger. And next Sunday, when I'm on and I have the normal, 2, 3, 4, 5 hour long edition of Sunday morning pop talk. And if you want to pop in, please pop in. Everybody's always welcome to come on, except when I decide that, okay, today's only going to be an hour. And Joker Voice says, if you want to watch this film, just wait till it hits streaming. Yeah. And with the way these movies come out to streaming services nowadays, you don't have to wait too long. 45 days isn't very long. Do not give the company money, ticket sales, merch, etc. True. Don't worry about it, Adam. Spock also goes on to say, good night, Tokyo Trucker. And Tokyo Trucker says, good night, all. He also goes on to say, have a good one. And Adam says, voice to chat sucks on YouTube. Yep, I know. I know it does. And Spock says, I love your profile picture, Tokyo Trucker. It's a fake. And Adam says, sorry, all. That's all right, Adam. You don't have to apologize, brother. Tokyo Trucker says there's a hilarious video here on YouTube where they made him the same crap like it's a rake, it's a Jake. Yeah, I've seen one where he also goes, it's a cake. Anyway, talk to you all later. You have a good night. And Adam says, night to Tokyo Trucker. Spock is laughing. Good morning to Gap After Dark, who's served as moderator and producer last night. Thank you for all your help, brother. I knew that when there were still some people who wanted to come on and talk about their channels, and I wanted to give them that opportunity, that I didn't want to keep you all through the night. That's why I said to you, go ahead and go and have a good night. Because again, I knew there were still more people who wanted to come on, and I wanted to give them that opportunity. And of course, Adam says hello to Gap. Gap is saying, oh, hello. Joker is also saying hello to Gap. And Gap is saying, hey, super fan, Joker, Mike. And everybody here is a valued member of this community. And that's one of the reasons why I like having open panels, because it gives you an opportunity to meet new people you might not otherwise talk to. And you get to know them, they get to know you, they get to find out all your quirks, just like you get to find out all their quirks. Let's see. Thank you, Spock. Thank you. Thank you for providing those links. I really do appreciate it. Because knowing me, I'd probably go, yeah, Spock, you still got those articles? I forgot to copy them. So I really do appreciate that, brother. Oh, I got to show this real quick. I got to show this, Spock. I think we'll get a kick out of this before I wrap it up here. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me just move Discord to another window, because I gotta show this. This is funny. I'm getting a kick out of this one. So if I'm getting a kick out of it, I hope everybody else does too. So let me go ahead, share my window. And there we go. Our moment is in. Tuvok on a horse on a carousel, and Janeway looking up at him. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is our moment of zen. That's just too funny. That's, I'm loving it. But thank you all for being here this morning. I really do appreciate it. I want to say thank you to Gap After Dark. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you to Superman Adam Shawhan, Box Friday Nights. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank Joker Voice. Thank you very much, Joker Voice. Really appreciate it. I also want to thank Tokyo Trucker for being here this morning. Thank you very much. And I also want to take the time. Where are you, DJ? There you are. DJ Ronnie G. Thank you very much. And let's see. Gotta scroll up here because there are a few more people I do want to say thank you to. Kathy Skywalker being one. Where are you, Kathy? I know you're in here. And also Adega Outlaw. Kathy Skywalker, thank you very much for stopping by this morning. Adega Outlaw, thank you for stopping by. I will definitely check out your book, and I enjoy your streams that you do with Loki every Thursday. And of course, let's see. We also had Phil McCracken. Thank you, Phil. And let's see. Anyone else? Yes, yes. George Lucas. We had George Lucas, everybody. And let's see. Gotta keep scrolling up. We also had a visit from Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000. And we also had a visit from Geek Hero Bubba. So thank you all for being here this morning. And before I leave you, I do want to let you know at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, I will be on Nerforial Lifeforms channel, and we will be talking about the first Child's Play movie. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And speaking of possessed dolls, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel, I'll be giving my live spoiler review of Chucky Season 2, Episode 1, Halloween 2. So that's what I have coming up for you on the channel. Of course, Wednesday will be the Wednesday edition of PACIFIC414 Pop Talk. And sometime in there, I'll also continue with my gameplay of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So look forward to doing that. And I will be streaming that here on the YouTube channel, but I'll also be streaming it over on the Twitch channel as well. And Adam says, great stream, had a blast. Well, thank you for being here. And it's all because of your support and everyone's support that I can do this. And let's see. Gap says, Chucky. Yeah, Chucky. And it's a series where I will admit you can even find the video here on the channel where the first episode I wasn't impressed. But as I watched the series, I had to tell myself, don't take it so seriously. Just have fun with it. So that's what I did. And Adam says, thank you, Mike, for the fun stream this morning. My pleasure. Joker Voice says, having a great day, folks. And thanks for stopping by. Yes. Thank you to everybody who stopped by. Thank you to everybody who lurked. And Spock says, I look forward to seeing you on STO next month for the P versus P. Yes, yes. I did show some interest when you had asked me about it, and I haven't forgotten. And let's see. Adam is saying, Helen, thank you to the chat. Definitely. Spock is also saying, live long and prosper. And Adam is saying, Chucky's, yeah, the series is actually decent. You just, have to not take it seriously in order to enjoy it. And if you're a fan of the Child's Play movies, especially the first and second one, I'm still not crazy about the third one, but especially the first and second one, that you can enjoy it. And Brad Dourif still doing the voice of Chucky after all these years. Give him credit, of course. Some of you might know him as Mr. Suitor on Voyager. So yeah. One, two, Pacific 414 is coming for you. And 3, 4, better hit that like button. 5, 6, Mike has his crucifix. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. Have a good rest of your Sunday. I hope to see some of you during the live stream with Nerdporial over on his channel today at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, I will see you all later. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this out with your friends, and subscribe to the Pacific 414 YouTube channel if you haven't already. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye bye.